When I told him that his wife and family sent their love and were fighting for Kilmar's return home every day, he said that he was worried about all of you. That was his response. How are you dealing with this horrible ordeal and nightmare for the family? He said that thinking of you, members of his family, is what gave him the strength to persevere, to keep going day to day, even under these awful circumstances. He spoke several times about your 5-year-old son who has autism. 5-year-old son who was in the car in Maryland when Kilmar was pulled over by U.S. government agents and handed me that he was taken to Baltimore first. I assume that was the Baltimore detention center. He asked to make a phone call from there to let people know what had happened to him. But he was denied that opportunity. He said he was later taken with some others from Baltimore to a detention center in Texas. And some point thereafter, I don't know whether it was a period of hours or days, he was handcuffed, shackled, and put on a plane along with some others where they couldn't see out of the windows. There was no way to see where they were going in the plane. They didn't know for sure where they were going. They landed in El Salvador, and he was taken to Sikhat prison. He was placed in a cell with, if I recall correctly, and don't hold me to it, of about 25 other prisoners at Sikhat. He said he was not afraid of the other prisoners in his immediate cell, but that he was traumatized by being at Sikhat and fearful of many of the prisoners in other cell blocks who called out to him and taunted him in various ways. He was moved to another detention center in Santa Ana, where the conditions are better, but he said despite the better conditions, he still has no access to any news from the outside world and no ability to communicate with anybody in the outside world.